Every month, thousands of people ditch Florida for Charlotte, North Carolina. Why? Because living in Florida is just not worth it anymore. It's supposed to be paradise, but does paradise have a rising cost of living, horrible hurricanes, terrible traffic, and so much more? I don't think so, and neither do the dozens of people that I've helped to ditch Florida and move up here, because Charlotte's a lot like what Florida was supposed to be. So let's break down all the reasons why that's the case, starting with the cost of living crisis. Florida used to feel like paradise, and now it just feels like it's freaking expensive. People say that they loved the palm trees and the beaches, but man, it has gotten so expensive. Insurance, taxes, HOA fees, special assessments, everything just keeps stacking up. Flood insurance has jumped from $2,000 or $3,000 to $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a year overnight. And every year, the little bills got a little bit bigger and the peace of mind got a little bit smaller. And so even the groceries, contractors' costs, everything has doubled. And when your AC breaks, you wait 2 weeks while sweating through your soul. And it's not just costly, it's so chaotic. You work more, you save less, and somehow feel stuck in a paradise that you just can't even afford anymore, or even if you can, do you want to? And that's when people tell me that they realize it's just not worth it anymore. It's not sustainable. But then these same people, they see Charlotte, my clients, they come to Charlotte, they visit, and the math makes sense here. We have much lower insurance costs, fair taxes, real breathing room, and even when you pay a little bit more on paper in some areas, overall, you're saving a ton of money. And what my clients tell me is that they're not only paying less, they're not only saving money, they're sleeping better at night too. But even if you can survive the bills that come with South Florida, Florida's weather makes sure that you can never fully relax, even when it's beautiful outside. Because in Florida, even the beautiful sunshine can leave you feeling a little bit stressful, because each year it's the same story. When the hurricane season rolls in, so does hurricane anxiety. You stock up on sandbags, you check your roof, pray that your insurance still exists and you don't get dropped. And so people tell me that they were so tired of living one storm away from panic, because even when the storm misses Florida, or it hits Florida but it's not as bad as they predict, your premiums don't just go away. And for the last few years, they've been going up anyways, even without crazy, terrible storms. And don't even get me started on the humidity. Believe me, I enjoy South Florida. I do go to Miami from time to time. It's a fun place to visit, not necessary to live. But the humidity, people say that the Carolinas have bad humidity. We do not, because South Florida, the humidity, it's not air, it is air soup. You step outside, it feels like you're being slow cooked, like you're getting put into, what are they called, Instant Pots? My mom found one, she loves them now, she cooks with it all the time, but that's what it feels like. And that constant weather tension wears you down. You don't even realize how much it drains you until you finally escape it. So when my clients move to Charlotte, they tell me it feels like their body is reset. They still get the 4 full real seasons. No hurricane warnings, at least not in Charlotte, and no plywood on the windows. When fall hits, the air feels light. It feels fresh, like there's a breeze. It's like the commercials for those laundry scent bead things, except it's real. And people joke it is life-changing to be buying jackets instead of sandbags. But even with calmer weather, there's another storm that people can't escape, and that one's gonna be the storm on the roads. Florida's roads are chaos, pure, unfiltered chaos. And we do get some flack for this here in Charlotte too, probably because some of those crazy drivers coming from Florida, more likely from New York, but you know what I'm saying. And in Florida, every drive feels like a survival test. People are speeding, they're weaving, they're honking, scrolling all at once. You got tourists in the mix getting lost, locals that are just mad at life, and retirees doing 30 miles an hour in the fast lane. It's like the Daytona 500 met a retirement parade, met hurricane season. I don't know. It's just like you need therapy after you just go for a short drive. The highways never stop moving, but somehow no one's really getting anywhere. And after you do spend hours stuck in traffic, commuting, 45 minutes, an hour, even more so if you're going into Miami or into one of the big metro areas, you're just sweating, you're questioning every life choice you've ever made up to that point. And God forbid that you have to spend $25 on parking or it's a war zone to even find a spot. If you're commuting, it's not even commuting anymore, it's combat. And so when my clients reach Charlotte and driving feels normal, like you remember it was back in the early 2000s or the 90s, you can get to the airport in 25 minutes. The roads, they're wider, the traffic actually moves, there's not giant holes in the road, and people actually use turn signals most of the time, which, maybe that feels a little bit like a luxury now, but you get used to it again. And you realize that you don't have to raise your blood pressure every time you go driving. You still can, nobody's gonna stop you, but you don't have to. And when you can finally stop stressing behind the wheel, you're gonna start noticing something else, and that is the homes themselves here feel a lot different from Florida. In Florida, you pay $1 million, you still share a wall, maybe you're close to someplace nice, maybe not. Most homes in Florida, they look great online, palm trees, stucco, clean driveways, but inside in the neighborhood, it's tight, it's hot, it's high maintenance. I've had clients tell me when they bought their house in Florida, it looked perfect online until the AC died, the HOA started finding them for real nitpicky stuff, and the roof started leaking. And I've heard some crazy HOA stories from Florida because it seems like you can't even sneeze without board approval. And for what? You have a small-ish home, small-ish lot, giant headache. You're paying for the zip code, not the space. In most cases, certainly not paying for the schools. But when those same people get to Charlotte, the contrast hits you so hard because we have beautiful brick homes. We got front porches, real yards, and you can walk in and the difference, it just feels airier, calmer, more human, more warm. And one of the couples I'm working with right now coming up from Boca said that they finally have space to breathe. And they're still paying less than what they spent in Florida. No gate codes, no 12-page HOA violations, no stress. It's just home. And with that space comes something that money can't buy: the freedom to actually slow down and enjoy your day-to-day life. Which brings us to the pace. Florida's fast, it's loud, and always on, which is what, if that's what you want, great. It's fun. Until you realize that you haven't actually gotten a chance to relax in years. Life there feels like a race that never ends. Everybody's rushing to work, to brunch, to nowhere. And even the weekends feel like a competition. Who's got a nicer car, better view, the next flip? One of my clients who's in sales also said that in South Florida, even relaxing feels like its own little job, like it's working, You can't slow down because slowing down feels like you're falling behind. And that constant motion is so draining, at least for me. Again, if you like it, then stay where you're at. But if you find that draining and you want to stop to enjoy the weather, to smell the roses, to see the views, to feel the winds, it's hard to do that in Florida because you're too tired to even notice that it's happening. Now, when you get to Charlotte, the pace is going to feel very different. It's going to feel very human. People talk to you in line, neighbors wave. Weekends feel like actual weekends and time off. And don't get me wrong, we still work hard, but there's still time left over for life. Dinners, walks, quiet mornings. It's a lot slower here. Not sleepy, it's just calm. So once people slow down enough to breathe, they realize something they'd actually forgotten. And that's what it feels like to feel relaxed, to feel safe. Now in Florida, people say that they don't feel unsafe. It's just never feeling completely at unease. You got to double check the locks. You look over your shoulder at night. You avoid certain roads after dark, not because something happened, but just because it could. And I've had people tell me that they got used to the tension. You stop realizing how alert you are all the time. And that constant edge also wears you down because even nice areas feel unpredictable with road rage and thefts and random headlines. And that's the part that nobody talks about. It's not even fear, it's just fatigue, living like you're always on guard. And when my clients are moving to Charlotte, like this couple I'm working with right now, they mention the difference right away. Like kids are riding bikes, they can walk the dogs at night and not worry. You see families sitting on porches instead of hiding behind gates, and it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it does feel really peaceful here. And that calm hits hardest when you realize that you haven't looked over your shoulder in weeks. You've just been enjoying life. And for families, that feeling alone changes everything because you can finally feel safe and you can start thinking long term. And one of the biggest ways you see that is the schools. In Florida, good schools usually come with either a bad commute or a terrible mortgage, and parents spend hours researching zip codes, fighting wait lists, or paying private school tuition just to feel a little bit more secure about their kids' future. Public schools are so hit or miss, mostly miss, and one block can change everything, or one school rezoning. And so if you have to work so hard just to afford peace of mind for your kids, and that constant juggle between safety, traffic, tuition, it steals your time, your energy, your attention. Mornings are chaos, evenings are just a catch up, you're not even relaxing. And you can start to feel like your family's more of roommates than actually a family. Again, when I work with people that are moving up here, life finally slows down. Schools are close, quiet. It's really easy to find well-rated schools no matter what you're looking for. And they tell me that they actually have time to get breakfast with their kids instead of just rushing out the door because you got more time for other things than just sitting in the car. And it's not only about the education too, right? It's about energy. You have the space for your kids to go out and play. You have the space to breathe. Home finally feels like home again. And even if you don't have kids, you have space to go walk the dog, go to a dog park, things that are just a lot harder to find in Florida. And that's why so many people from Florida aren't just moving, they are starting over. But here's the thing, moving anywhere is going to come with trade-offs. As much as I love it, Charlotte definitely, it has its pros, it has its highs, but it also comes with downsides too. No place is perfect. And that's why I put together a full breakdown of all the pros and the cons of living in Charlotte to give you a balanced picture to understand if this place is even right for you. It's the video that you want to watch next, or if you want to see all the different southern cities that might be a fit for you, take the Southern City quiz to find your perfect lifestyle match. Links in the description. I'm Lucas Roller, your expert realtor in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'll see you in the next one.